So here's something I haven't done in a while, hero-villain mashup, where I talk about, what would it be like if, this hero was this person's villain, enemy, or this villain was that hero's enemy. Yeah, so it's not so much like a fight video or what would they think, it's more like, what would it be like if these characters were one another's enemies in their universe? And yeah, today, as you can see, Green Lantern and the Cybermen. You're probably thinking, why not the Daleks? Well, I got a good reason of why the Cybermen instead of the Daleks. I was actually considering the Daleks, but I was like, no, I feel like the Cybermen, even though the Daleks would work equally as well as Green Lantern villains, I feel like the Cybermen pose, like, not just an enemy to the Green Lantern Corps, but to every Corps. Reason being is because the Green Lantern Corps, as well as the other Corps, they all embody emotions. And the Cybermen, even more so than the Borg, are threatened. They are physically threatened by the idea of emotion, of any kind of emotion. So if they ever heard of a weapon that could be powered by emotion, they'd be like, oh, fuck, we gotta get rid of this. No, individuality, fuck that, and something that we can't use anymore. They would feel like it would be their obligation to destroy the Corps, not just the Green Lantern Corps, but all of them. Whereas I feel like with the Daleks, they would at least try to keep the Red Lanterns. They would destroy the other Corps, but the Red Lanterns would benefit them. Whereas the Cybermen would be definitely a multiple Corps enemy. So yeah, that's kind of the thing, is that the Cybermen are... but generally for Hal Jordan, you know, I feel like the Cybermen would work as villains because they're these super strong, very intelligent, very sophisticated, and just emotionless monsters that are very powerful. And you may be thinking, yeah, but Hal Jordan's got the ring. Yeah, but that ring needs to be powered, whereas the Cybermen can keep going and going and going. That's the thing. And yeah, Hal Jordan could easily take on several Cybermen, but you gotta remember that these new Cybermen that are coming out, like we saw in Series 7, and what they're keeping a lot of, is that these Cybermen upgrade themselves. These Cybermen, when they take on damage from something, they they upgrade themselves so they don't have to, so they can battle it. So they could probably, Hal could probably create, multiple constructs. But at the same time, I feel like the Cybermen would, upgrade themselves so they could better fight these constructs that, Hal could, unleash. And not just that, not just Hal, but the other Lantern Corps as well. I feel like, yeah, it would be a, Hal would need to think on his feet. And that's what Hal does best, is when he's in danger and, he keeps his mind, he keeps his mind focused, and he is up for the challenge. That's the big thing here, is that Hal would definitely, I feel like Hal, even without the ring, has proven himself multiple times to be a capable hero in his own right, even without the ring's assistance. So, anyway, where was I going? Oh, yes. But yeah, the Cybermen would be an interesting opponent, especially, like I said, they would be they would be absolutely just offended and even threatened by the thought of a race, or, not just, for the not just for the fact that the Green Lantern Corps, gets their power from emotion, and so do the other Corps. But I feel like what would really just offend the Cybermen would be that, it's what the Corps stands for, having all this kind of individuality, all of this, all these different races coexisting with all these different emotions at their side. That would just downright offend them, because that is everything the Cybermen stand against. It would be just, they would feel like it's their obligation. I feel like the Cybermen would even think, we're doing this for the betterment of of the galaxy if we destroy these Corps. If we destroy the Green Lanterns, the Red Lanterns, everyone, then, and we cyberdize them, then, we'll have won. And that's the big thing, is that the Cybermen would, the Cybermen just would hate the idea of these people who are, all these different alien races working together. That's insane to them. That would be insane to them. Like I said, they'd also hate the idea of weapons powered by emotions. To them, that's just illogical. So that would be the thing. And the Cybermen, like I said, oh yeah, several of, don't get me wrong, if they were fighting the Green Lantern Corps and all the corps united, then yeah, several hundred, if not several thousand Cybermen would be destroyed. But the thing is that the Cybermen, they don't give up. It's not like, it's not like with other Lantern Corps or other villains where they'll retreat under mass numbers of Green Lanterns. Now, the Cybermen are a little different. The best thing I could come close to them, in terms of DC Universe, are really the Manhunters. The Manhunter droids. These race of beings who have no emotion, who are just incredibly powerful and think like a hive mind. So that would be the big thing here, is that the Manhunter, it would be the Cybermen would be very much like the Manhunters. Only, unlike the Manhunters, excuse me, the big thing here with this would be that the Cybermen would upgrade, are capable of upgrading themselves, so if they took damage from a Green Lantern ring, they would just be able to just get back up after a short time. And that would just make it more and more difficult for for Hal and the other Lanterns to just really combat the Cybermen. Like I said, it's just Hal's going to be able to destroy a lot of them. But remember, the Cybermen are a gigantic hive mind, and they would just outright they would just they've assimilated entire galaxies. A lot of people tend to forget that. So that would be the thing, is that these guys would not stop. It's like in one episode said, it's really hard to fight an enemy who makes your soldiers out of your dead. So yeah, that's the thing. So Hal and the other Lanterns would really have to play close to the chest. This would be a very this would be a very tough one for Hal. If the Cybermen existed in the DC universe. Like I said, the closest thing Hal's ever fought to the Cybermen are really the Manhunters. But you could actually say the Black Lanterns, too, because they could just create more Black Lanterns. Whereas the Manhunters couldn't do that. They'd have to be manufactured. So it'd be kind of like if, in a way, Hal would be fighting a combination of the Black Lanterns and the Manhunters, really. That's what it really comes down to, actually, is, it'd be that kind of weird combination right there of Black Lanterns and Manhunters, now that I think about it. So yeah, that would be the main thing here, is that, there's the sheer, and remember, even though the Green Lantern numbers, if they united, which they would have to, with the other, the Sinestro Corps, the Indigo Tribe, all these other Lantern Corps, even if all the Lantern Corps united, there's a good chance they would still be outnumbered by the Cybermen, because like I said, they've assimilated whole galaxies. So they are not lacking in numbers, and like I said, they could just harvest the dead and turn them into Cybermen as well. And remember, they could possibly break through constructs if they learn the technology. But again, the big thing is they can't deal with emotion. And yeah, all the Green Lantern Corps and the other Lantern Corps run off of emotion. So that would be the big thing, is that if they tried to understand it, it would drive the Cybermen insane. So that's kind of the big thing here. Excuse me. But yeah, this would be a really interesting opponent. Like I said, it was just these mass numbers of just these nameless soldiers coming down on I could just see, like, Hal and, Guy, Kyle, and John just fighting, endless waves of Green Lanterns, just getting slaughtered by Cybermen as they keep marching in and in. And the Cybermen, the upgraded Cybermen from Series 7, they could fly, they had lasers, they actually had super speed, they were incredibly strong, and they could detach themselves, throw out cybermites to assimilate people. Yeah, a single Cyberman is totally dangerous on his own. So that's the big thing here, is that the Green Lanterns, and if they united with the other corps, would definitely suffer some major losses. But anyway, so you guys tell me in the comments below, what do you think it would be like if the Cybermen were enemies to the Green Lantern Corps? Just comment below, let me know, and once again, hope you all enjoyed this. Also, I'd like to keep it as a video. I don't like to do, like, request videos on these, and I know people have asked me to do requests, which I respectfully refuse, because, yeah, this is just fun ideas. I don't want to do a lot of request stuff for it, so I do apologize for that. I'm just really curious, because I feel like it takes away from everyone kind of speculating of what this would be, of this kind of what-if scenario, really. So that's kind of the thing right there. So yeah, I apologize if I sound like a dick, I really do, I do apologize, but yeah, I just wanted to see, like, yeah, I want to know what you guys would think it would, if, you know, the Green Lanterns had to fight the Cybermen. So yeah, just comment below, let me know, what do you guys think it would be like if the Cybermen were the enemies of Hal Jordan, the Green Lantern? Once again, hope you all enjoyed this, and I will see you guys later.